All right. So sorry. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing on this fine Thursday evening? So before we start off, I'm going to insert a poll where you can indicate how long you have been running your business. So please select the choice that is most relevant to you. And if you do not own a business, please do not hesitate to indicate that as well. All right, still waiting for one more vote. All right. So I can see that most of you are not running any business, but it doesn't matter. This session will definitely be able to benefit you, regardless of whether you have your own business or not. Okay, so to start off, I'll be giving a brief introduction of myself and the main speaker for today. My name is Jeremy and I'm the moderator, while the main speaker for today is Daryl. We are both part of the Market Research and Solution Development Department in Seven Network, and we'll be your host for today. For more information about us, you can visit our website, which should shortly be posted down in the chat below. So if any of you have any questions during the session, please feel free to voice out and we will get back to you as soon as possible. So without further ado, let's officially start this webinar today. So today is going to be a really interesting and fruitful day for all of you, especially for those who are fortunate enough to operate their very own brick and mortar store, because we are going to give you some insights regarding pivoting your business beyond COVID from retail to hybrid. Okay, for today's agenda will be as follows. We'll be going through the effects of COVID on retail, followed by what is e-commerce and its benefits. We'll also be sharing the omnichannel trend, which is the hybrid channel, by giving some examples and the advantages, and how to develop it in your business. We'll also be sharing some challenges faced and what are the ERP systems and solutions for it. With that, we'll also be sharing some cost benefits of it. And lastly, we will have our Q&A session where you can ask about the questions that you have during today's session. So with that, let's welcome Daryl.
Thank you, Jeremy. I'm very happy to be here and share with the ladies and gentlemen in the crowd about how to pivot from retail to hybrid during the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, so Daryl, can you tell us how has COVID-19 affected retail stores now?
Yeah, as all of you know, the coronavirus has caused retail sales to have dipped all over the country, and even more so due to the quarantine measures put in place by the Singapore government, which occurred from April to June of 2020. The drastic plunge in Singapore retail sales started since January 2020, with the subsequent months having worsening results. April 2020 was considered the biggest decline in sales on record at 40.5%. However, this noticeable decrease in sales has not only affected small businesses, however, multi-billion-dollar corporations such as Esprit, Zara, H&M, Topshop, and Robinsons, all of which are physical retail-centric businesses which you have probably visited or passed by. Therefore, even the bigger companies are feeling the pressure from the fall in sales due to COVID-19.
Wow, even Topshop closed down. I just bought a shirt from them a few months ago. So Daryl, what are some challenges that local companies are currently facing apart from COVID?
There are a variety of challenges local companies are facing due to the rapid change in business environment, all of which affect the survival of countless local companies either directly or indirectly for the past 20 years. As you can see, the challenges which companies might face may be things such as competition from foreign retailers, which are usually bigger and more reputable, dependency on world economies, namely China and US, which are the bigger world economies, and lack of labor with increasing costs, as most companies cannot afford to hire more manpower. Another factor would also be the business environment, which is ever changing due to things such as technological advancements, which put some businesses out of business because it's irrelevant.
I see, Daryl. So what can local companies do in order to overcome and adapt to these challenges that you have discussed?
Well, due to COVID-19, many companies were forced to pivot, as you know. For them to do so, these local businesses often look towards online platforms such as Shopify and social networking sites like Facebook and Instagram to carry out with the operations of their business. Therefore, the new normal will be pivoting towards a hybrid business approach and stepping foot in a new digital space. The reason for local companies pivoting online would largely be due to the quarantine that Singapore faced, which restricted movement, with the government officials advising against going out unnecessarily. Thus, Singaporeans have no choice but to shop online, increasing the demand and popularity for online shopping, particularly personal care products like hand sanitizers and body soap. Furthermore, with many hungry Singaporeans stuck at home, online purchases of packaged foods like biscuits and crackers were very popular as well. As you can see from the screen, it shows that now Singaporeans spend more money making purchases on e-commerce sites with an average of $113 spent from January to June of 2020, which amounts to 661 million Singapore dollars, and their average basket size has also increased by 51% as compared to last year, meaning that Singaporeans purchase nearly twice as many products as they did before. This increase in spending and bucket size is evident when looking at Singapore's leading e-commerce players, as every single one of these listed companies had an overall increase in monthly visits, with Shopee having the most substantial increase of 82%, taking over companies such as Lazada and Qoo10, which initially received more monthly visits in the first quarter as well. So in a nutshell, I believe e-commerce helps to mitigate the impact of retail closures, as businesses now can rely on e-commerce channels to earn revenue. Therefore, many are adopting to this form of sales. Even technologically illiterate elderly hawkers and shopkeepers are working with online distributors to put food and products online to make it easier for online shoppers to purchase their goods. Secondly, we can take advantage of the growing digital market space and expand our reach through different consumer to consumer digital platforms like Amazon and eBay, thus engaging with new customers and potentially gaining new leads and increasing sales from doing so. So I believe it is wise for you to move your business online, as the outlook of e-commerce in Singapore is bright. Based on the research conducted in anticipation of the next 5 years, e-commerce in Singapore is expected to grow at 11.1% year by year from 2020 to 2025, with the projected market value being upwards of $4 billion. E-commerce user penetration is also headed to reach 67.2% for e-commerce, with the average e-commerce store owner earning over 700 USD per month.
Wow, the future of e-commerce looks really very, very promising based on what you shared earlier on. But however, Daryl, aside from e-commerce, is there anything that we all should look forward to in the retail industry for the near future?
Yeah, there are actually many things to look forward to in the retail industry, as it's always changing and becoming more competitive. But now that you guys are more knowledgeable about e-commerce and its benefits, I bet you guys want to know, what is the future of e-commerce like? Well, however, before I go any further, I just want to know your thoughts on whether a single channel retail approach is viable in 2020. Before you guys do so, I would like to tell you that a single channel retail approach would be a single retailer, who are usually sellers, selling exclusively on a single channel, and the single channel is usually a platform like Amazon or eBay, therefore exclusively targeting buyers on one sole platform. So do you guys think that this single channel approach is appropriate? Kindly place your answers in the poll below.
I think that single channel retail approach shouldn't be viable in 2020, as many companies are actually moving towards omnichannel. Is that right, Daryl?
Yes, I can see that most of them has indeed chosen that the single channel approach is not enough for 2020. And in actual fact, the single channel retail approach still exists in some businesses as well. It is a viable option, but it does not allow you to maximize your profits. And it is harder to survive with other competitors moving towards other approaches such as omni-channel retailing.
Mm.
Now, the future of retail is vastly changing, with online companies desperately trying to secure a physical offline retail store and typical retail companies looking for means of securing an online store. Therefore, we believe the future is in hybrid. In 2020, having more than a single channel approach, such as a physical store and online store, will put one at a superior advantage, as the physical store can easily help to boost traffic to your e-commerce site. Setting up a new physical store invites new customers of your business, and they might potentially also patronize your e-commerce platform to make purchases for your products as well. The physical store acts as an advertisement. Next, physical venues also allow for consumers to try and feel the products, as they allow humans to use their sense of touch, which allows them to evaluate the quality and of the material sold in your business. Human interaction is also another factor. Face-to-face human engagement helps to improve the customer experience and customer satisfaction. And lastly, it saves time and shipping costs. It provides more convenience for our customers who can pick up and return their items easily and almost instantly, and disregard any form of shipping cost or wait time during the shipping. This is probably what you guys have been waiting for. What is omnichannel? Well, omnichannel is having both online and physical store, and it is one of the defining factors which makes it an omni-channel retail strategy. It revolves around your customer primarily, and it unifies all channels and interactively connects, creating a personalized shopping experience for your customer to get their needs sorted out, integrating both online and offline experiences together. Hence, retail companies should not close down their physical stores even after integrating online actually. Now that I made it clear what defines an omni-channel strategy, I'm going to show you this evolution of retail chart, going through single, multi, cross, and omni. As you can see, single is selling on only one channel, while multi-channel means that it's product-centric and the channel exists independently from one another, but it's only a one-directional, one-way channel. While a cross-channel is where businesses are interconnected, but only in selected channels, but are still one-directional as well. However, omni-channel is very customer-centric and revolves around the customers. All channels are also interactively connected, making it two-directional. So both the company can communicate with the customer and vice versa.
All right, that's really interesting. Thank you, Daryl, for sharing the definition. So before we continue, I would like to invite all of you to take part in a poll. So the poll will be asking for those who are running your own business, what approach are you currently using? So as Daryl mentioned earlier on, there's single, multi, cross, and omni channels. I believe most companies will actually be using either single or multi currently. We are still waiting for a few votes. Okay, so Daryl, you can see that actually most of them are either single, multi, or cross instead of omni-channel.
Yup, I can see that. Those people who choose anything beside omni-channel, have you considered to shift your business and transform yourself to become an omni-channel retail?
Wow, Daryl, it sounds like omni-channel is the way to go in the future, based on what you have shared earlier on. However, most of them are still using either single, multi, or cross-channel. So do you have any examples of businesses that are currently using an omni-channel approach? So maybe you can share with us some examples today.
You know, Jeremy, actually, this approach has been around for many years and has been utilized by some of the most well-known businesses in the market today. To name a few, we have Alibaba, Amazon, Love Bonito, Nike, Sephora, Uniqlo, and Starbucks. Let me give you a short quiz before we continue though. Can you guess which of these companies adopt an omni-channel approach? Let me pull up the poll. So we have Bank of America, Topshop, Disney, and Decathlon. Which do you think utilizes the omni-channel approach? Could it be all of them?
All right, all of them have put. Okay.
Wow, most of you got it correct. Actually, indeed, all of the above is the answer, but all of them are also omni-channel approach, so you are not wrong. So moving on, let me show you some examples of real-life adaptation of this omni-channel approach. So the first example I'll go through is Starbucks. Starbucks takes pride in their omni-channel approach by integrating their app as well as physical store together to create a unique experience for their customers. Starbucks offer a free drink when you sign up for their loyalty program. The loyalty program was used to entice customers to download the Starbucks app and to get customers to key in their particulars. After they obtain your personal information, they are able to do a two-way communication, and they can send you notifications and coupons through the push notifications on your phone through the app about their latest line of offerings of drinks and snacks, both in-store and online, enticing you to visit them. Additionally, by buying the drink online, you can also obtain reward points, which are their unique selling points. The point can be then used in both retail and online stores. This as a whole creates an omni-channel approach. Another example I have is Alibaba. They took a vastly different approach. This video shows Alibaba's investment in InTime and how they try to digitalize numerous processes. Digital technology is the infrastructure of the whole operation. So e-commerce is the operating system of their store. E-commerce is used to be just a sales channel, but now it underlies everything they do. It allows them to bring online and offline together into one comprehensive offering for both customers and suppliers, creating a totally new shopping experience, which allows you to browse, transact items online, and pick it up in the real retail store location, skipping all the queues. Here's a quick clip for you guys.
All
All
right.
right.
So moving on to maybe what are you going to share with us again, Daryl? The advantages of omnichannel?
Yep, that's right. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the advantages of this amazing strategy. So omnichannel actually improves customer experience and build better customer relationships. Not only that, but also allow the businesses to gain a competitive advantage and improve collection of customer data as well, thus increasing sales and business productivity. Also, it creates better brand awareness among others as well. If you guys still have any doubts about this omni-channel approach, here's some statistics for you. Based on a Harvard Business Review of 46,000 shoppers, 73% of them shop from companies who make use of the omni-channel approach, while the other 27% only shop through either online or retail stores exclusively. This shows that if a business doesn't adapt to omni-channel, they would suffer in the long run. Furthermore, omnichannel allows higher customer retention as compared to other approaches. Can you guess the percentage of the rate of customer retention on omnichannel? Let me invite you to do this poll. So, how many percent of people do omnichannel companies retain? Let me pull up the poll. Is it 55%, 69%, 78%, or 89%? So take your time. Okay, we've got our answers in. Most of you are correct. It is actually indeed 89%. It is 89, the answer is 89% because omnichannel creates a more personalized shopping experience for your customer, which gives satisfaction and in which will be attracted to come back to you and purchase from you again.
Okay, so all these statistics that you have shared with us today are really very promising. However, how do we actually go about implementing this strategy into a business? I guess many of us here are already very interested in omnichannel and are already thinking about implementing omnichannel into their own business.
Well, I'm sure they do. It's all about starting early and working towards achieving your goals. So guys, you can start by doing your own due diligence and market research. Afterwards, you can invest towards channels that your customers frequently use through the information and data you have gained from the market research. On the other hand, looking at the acquisition reports, companies can also see the specific channels which users are utilizing to access their website. This will ensure you are investing your money wisely in the right areas and prevent unnecessary wastage of budgets.
Okay, I understand that most of us would actually know that we have to conduct our own market research, but how do we actually go about doing it? Maybe you can share some tips for all of us to help us out.
So basically, you can conduct a survey for customers by creating detailed survey forms on either Google Forms or any codeless development tool. Afterwards, you can analyze the data and formulate a strategy. In other cases, you can use customer analytics tools and softwares just like Google Analytics to observe key details such as what people do when they visit your website and how long they browse it. This provides valuable insights that can help you personalize their experience and enhance engagement. To illustrate the points I brought up on market research, I've created this flowchart revolving around market research. This can allow you to better understand your customers, such as where they usually shop at, which online platforms they use, or even which social networking site is their favorite. For example, if your frequent customer will usually shop on Shopee, the business should look at investing their money in opening a store on the online platform Shopee. This way, customers can now conveniently use their favorite application to shop in to buy your products. Moving on, it's also crucial to allow customers to instantly check out or be connected with the business website upon seeing the advertisement through the desired channel as seen in the video to your right, providing customers with the convenience to purchase the product upon seeing it in the post. This would be an ideal means of advertising, as studies show that 75% of Instagram users take action after seeing an advertisement post on Instagram, showing that this method is effective in driving sales to your business. This can also be done on other mainstream social networking platforms like Facebook as well. But last but not least, the most important tip I can provide you guys would be to create a seamless experience on mobile. More people have been relying on their mobile phones in their daily lives, be it for calling, doing work, entertainment, etc. But the number of people using their mobile phones to make a purchase on e-commerce website has also been increasing significantly too, as seen in the slides. Therefore, it has become important for businesses with online websites to also build a responsive web design to improve user mobile's experience at your shop. Participants who want to learn more about creating a seamless and smooth experience on mobile can scan the QR code below. on the slides to read more about how they can create a more perfect interface for your mobile customers. So here are some examples that businesses should take note of how an ideal mobile interface should look like. On the left, you can see a poorly crafted, not very optimized interface that your customers would not want to look at. And to your right, you'll see a very nicely done up one. So some things that you can take note of is to have the correct font size for the user so that they do not have to squint their eyes to look at your web page. Moreover, you should also ensure that it has a flexible and appealing layout, along with the easy to scroll functions to improve customers' experience, making them stay on your website longer and to learn more about your business and products.
I see. Omnichannel sounds pretty straightforward and easy to implement, isn't it? However, what are the potential challenges that companies will actually face in omnichannel retail?
Yep, it really doesn't take much effort to adapt to the omni-channel retail strategy actually. Even through omni-channel, it sounds very appealing to many businesses, but yes, you're right. There are some challenges that business might face when changing to an omni-channel approach. First and foremost, the most daunting challenge I would say will be cost. Most businesses fall short and need to catch up to increasing needs. Changing to omni-channel retail comes at a price. And as omni-channel requires you to invest money into new systems such as an online ordering system or maybe different channels and training staff to be more tech savvy and upgrade their skills, it might be difficult for some smaller retailers on a budget. Therefore, this high investment approach is not easy, which is also a reason why some businesses have yet to switch over to an omni-channel approach. Secondly, as mentioned just now, with numerous channels and touchpoints created, inventory management has also become very complicated as it's shared between the retail and online store. Therefore, businesses find it hard to gain better visibility of their inventories due to different channels. This is mainly due to not having a single consistent and clear view of stocks across the entire business. In turn, there might be a higher chance that there will be mismanagement of inventory and stocks may be duplicated. In cases like this, a retailer cannot fulfill a buy online, pick up in store order because the item is indeed out of stock. This will create a negative shopping experience for your customer. Thirdly, another challenge will be maintaining the consistency of information across channels. Businesses want to adopt the omni-channel marketing approach should ensure that things such as pricing, promotion, and product descriptions are all consistent throughout all touch points for customers. If there's no consistency of information, it can make ordering really confusing. To prevent shoppers from having such a sense of buyer remorse after they realize they could have saved more from purchasing their product of choice online from a different channel. With information often existing independently with a number of separate systems, it can also create a challenge for accuracy in data. Retailers need to do their part to ensure that all systems are integrated together by ensuring various systems are brought together so that data and information can be accurately taken from both ends of the business.
All right, thank you, Daryl. So I'm sure the ladies and gentlemen today will appreciate your insightful comments about the challenges that they might face if they were to adopt an omnichannel retail approach. Now, since we are on the topic of system integration, are there any tools that you are currently using or what they can use to utilize and mitigate or even avoid these risks that you have identified earlier on?
Yes, Jeremy, there actually is. Let me introduce you to ERP, which stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So the ERP system is a business process management software that allows an organization to use a system of integrated applications to manage, integrate, and centralize business data. ERP is useful in facilitating and improving the flow of data across your company's operations and departments, thus reducing redundant tasks and better assessing the business needs. However, there are some shortfalls of using an ERP system. ERP is a rather pricey option for businesses to implement. They are often dependent on the organization size and needs. So the estimated cost ranges from 20,000 to 50,000 a year, quite a large sum for a small business. Moreover, the cost can easily double after calculating the cost of training and consultation. So I really don't think that small businesses can adopt this approach, as they will struggle to fork out such a large sum of money.
Wow, that's really expensive. So in regard to the previous problems that you have identified, are there any alternatives that businesses can use to overcome such challenges mentioned earlier?
You can actually overcome these challenges overcome these challenges economically and quickly by either using things such as Google Forms or any codeless development software available. Let me go through with you some of these solutions which businesses can look to using. For today, we'll only be focusing on CRM, new arrivals, and order forms, all of which are common and essential forms that can be used in all businesses, making it very versatile. First of all, I'll start with a CRM form. Since the omnichannel approach mainly revolves around the customer, therefore it is important for businesses to maintain a good customer relationship with them. Making a CRM form will greatly benefit these businesses, as they can better collect customer data from every possible touch point. With the data collected, they can familiarize themselves with the customer's purchasing behavior, key details such as their gender, making it easier for you to curate what items you can provide to them with through your latest arrivals or collection.
Oh, that's true. Do you have any apps in mind that we can actually use to quickly create this CRM form? Maybe you can share with all of us here with some examples so that everyone can have a look and have an idea of how it will be.
Of course, the first example will be Google Forms. It's a free form used by businesses to create and collect customer information. Most importantly, it's also very user friendly. Here's an example. As you can see, As you can see in the example, you can key in things such as your name, gender, email, contact, and company name, all of which will be collated into a form which you can easily check afterwards, making it easy for you to keep track of your customers' information. However, Google Forms has a very limited functionality, as it's more focused on just collecting data for surveys. This makes it a very passive form, therefore it is not viable to use to carry out more complex tasks in my opinion. So Google Forms could not possibly be used to manage things such as your inventory, as it's not optimized to do so. In addition, Google Forms does not enable you to add automated triggers as well, such as email notifications when a customer fills in your CRM form. Some of the other limitations also include the lack of accessibility, as it's only accessible through a link which actually expires. So another cost-effective alternative that overcomes these issues and brings about new and useful features will be choosing an affordable codeless development software. With these specialized tools, businesses can accomplish so much more than just collecting customer information. The great thing about these codeless development tools will be that it is optimized to create these apps and add complementing functionalities. Furthermore, there is no coding experience needed. So even those who do not know anything about programming will be able to come out with applications for their business in an instant. So this is an example of creating a CRM form using a codeless development tool. It contains the same field as shown previously. All you need is 2 minutes to use this codeless development tool to craft out a CRM form, as you can see from this video. So as you can see, the form, add form, just key in the name of your form of your choice. Pick an icon, anything you want, the plus icon. All right, so you're going to go to the field mapping and insert the first thing, which is name. Right, so the next field will be gender. As you can see, gender will be a static drop down. Then you just list out your genders, male, females, and other, to make sure you're inclusive, of course. Next will be contact number. This will be numeric. Next, email address, text. And What else do you have? Contact company name, which is very important for you to keep track of where they work at. And lastly, whether their membership is still valid. Maybe for your website, you have a membership program. You can check if they are still part of the program. And if it expired, maybe you can ask them to sign up for it again. Voila, there you go. Your own CRM form. Actually, after you created this CRM form in any codeless development tool, you often can generate a QR code, which customers can easily scan when they are checking out to fill it in. So you don't have to manually pass them the tablet to fill in, but instead they can do it from the comfort of their own phone or computer.
That seems really very easy and quick. I believe you just had it done in less than 2 minutes. Are there any other benefits of using any codeless development tools in the market?
Well, there are countless benefits that are brought about by the usage of these codeless development tools, but I'll just name the notable few which I think might be of relevance to you guys. Firstly, it is very customizable. It allows businesses to quickly deploy these forms within minutes, as you've seen just now. Moreover, it also allows you to make instant changes. Secondly, it's a multi-purpose tool. It allows you to add automated triggers and, if required, Thus, the process of sending email notifications is now automated and expedited. Simple calculations and notifications can also be done with ease without any needs for manual checks. Thirdly, it can also be customized with ease to suit your business needs with endless possibilities. If you can think it, it can do it. The applications you create can also be shared as well. The owner of the application can easily produce a QR code which links outside users to the app. Once the user scans the code, it will bring them back to the online form where they can fill up with their own details and contribute towards the survey as a guest without having to log in to unnecessary accounts. So next, I'll be showing you guys a catalog form I crafted with a codeless development tool and naming it new arrivals and making it viewable and shareable through an auto-generated QR code. Your customers can also easily view what's new just by taking a quick shot of the QR code as mentioned before, as it will bring them to this page. You see, it's all neatly stacked, all in a vertical position. So it's making it easier and pleasing to the eyes. And it's also very simple to add new items and simple for the user to view as well. So you can add in different fields as you can see before, such as product description, specification, price, or even add in outlets which a product might be available at. So customers are more well informed. So this is a simple example what you can use a codeless development tool for, and to do up a simple catalog form for your customer to view in the future. Lastly, we are going to show you an order form. This will come in handy, especially when customers are looking to pre-order a product. Therefore, this is when customers and businesses should create an online ordering form for customers to conveniently place their orders anytime and anywhere. By creating this online form using a codeless development tool, it helps them to keep track of all the orders from various channels into a single and centralized platform. Triggers can also be added, such as notifying your business when an order has been made as well. So this is a very simple example of an order form we have made, which can be used to create and collate all orders made for a business. So what we have shown you now is how quickly and easy it is to adapt to an omni-channel marketing platform simply by using all these cost-effective methods, such as the CRM form, catalog, and order form. As all these can be used hand in hand and linked to one another for either your online, offline business, or both.
Wow, Daryl. Codeless development tools actually allows you to create that many different types of forms. I didn't know that. But based on your sharing, it seems to be affordable. And are there any cost benefits to implementing this in your business?
Yes, implementing codeless development tools bring in many cost benefits. As we all know, switching to an omni-channel retail for a business takes commitment and a lot of resources. However, by implementing these codeless development tools, you are able to save a significant amount as opposed to adopting an ERP system. You can create your own omni-channel marketing approach, which makes your business more interconnected and more cost-effective. Thus, extra funds can be used to invest in other operations of your business. By using an omni-channel approach, you are bound to achieve a higher return on investment with better customer engagement and a better customer shopping experience. Customers will likely come back to you to patronize from your store again after their good experience. Lastly, using a codeless development tool in an omni-channel approach also enables your business to have a better brand visibility, as you can use these tools to continue to create a more personalized and customizable shopping experience for your customers. So, in a nutshell, I would say omnichannel provides many opportunities for business to grow and engage yourself with new customers. And more importantly, there are always better alternatives to systems that businesses should adopt, which are codeless development tools. Because now you can better maximize your resources and profits. So the main point today that I want to bring across to you is that businesses should now shift to an omni-channel retail strategy, and it is not very hard to do so. And with that, I shall end my presentation. Thank you for your kind attention.
Okay, thank you, Daryl. Your sharing has been really fruitful and insightful. I believe the ladies and gentlemen for today's session actually learned many things from you. So with that, we would like to move on to Q&A. So in this session, if you have any questions, please feel free to voice out in the chat and we will get back to you. All right, Daryl, can you take a look at the chat?
Yeah. Let's see.
We can answer how does a customer pay us from Wen Kong. Do you see that question? Hi, Wen Kong. May I ask, what do you mean by how does a customer pay us? You mean in terms of what?
No, there is no payment gateway attached to the order form. It's just simply for you to take down the customer's information, such as their name and address, so that you can send the product to them. But currently, there's no payment gateway attached to the order form. Let's see. We have a question from Crystal. In the future, what can you look forward to in omni-channel retail? So this is a question I get asked a lot. So what can we look forward to in the future would be that omnichannel is moving more towards implementing more digital innovations in their business operations. And retailers are always trying to use technology to connect online and offline experiences in many ways, other than just creating different touch points. Such an example as you can see earlier from Alibaba and InTime. They have actually managed to integrate both online and offline experiences together. And as you can see from the video, actually, when the lady was standing in front of the mirror, she could actually test out the color of lipstick without even putting the lipstick on. So omnichannel is heading in the right direction, and I think we should start prioritizing becoming an omnichannel company. We have a question from Cheryl. So, why should companies look to digitalize their manual work on online cloud tools? Well, by putting your manual work on online cloud tools, you can put them in a centralized platform, and data is always gathered together, and involved staff will always be on the same page, so there will be no confusion at all. Such as with manual work, usually if the piece of paper is missing there would be trouble. This eliminates any form of miscommunication and misunderstandings as well. So making life much easier.
Wait, Daryl, hold on. There's another question by Wong Kong. He asked, what is the customer journey like after completing the order form that we have shared earlier on?
So the customer journey after creating the order form would usually be, actually you have to be a bit more, how would I say? For that part, you have to be more interactive, and through the order form, usually you will take into account things such as the person contact number and address. So with the order form, you can actually in a way get into contact with them, maybe call them or message them since they inquired about your product. So that is how you should proceed after using the order form.
So I guess after they place their order, then it all depends on how the company is going to proceed on with their orders, right?
Correct. That is up to the business.
All right. Is there any more questions, Daryl? Do you see anything in the chat?
Nope, I think do not hesitate to ask, guys.
All right. So we
Hold
have
on, we
come.
have one question from Won Kong. What is the budget required for omnichannel for a single handphone shop retail to do omnichannel? So the budget honestly depends on how many users there are. Well, it's hard to say. How much do you think it will cost, Jeremy?
I think it's quite difficult to give a rough gauge because it actually depends on how big is your retail store and what are the different channels that you're actually adopting. So it actually ultimately depends on what is your business about lah. But based on what you said for handphone retail store, maybe it will definitely be cheaper than using the ERP system.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. So later we actually will be sharing our website. So if you have any questions or queries, you can actually get back to us and we'll answer you promptly. All right. Is there any more questions?
Oh, we have one from Ladi Lim. Very nice name. So she asked, what is the codeless development tool we are using? So for this session, we actually chosen to use Jet Workflow to show the examples earlier, as we found this software to be the most user-friendly and easiest to learn among many other software. It's very easy to use. It is very user-friendly, making it easy for us to create order forms, catalogs, and CRM forms for businesses. Many companies are actually using Jet Workflow right now because it can be used for different purposes, ranging from inventory management to our order forms. But if you're interested, we are actually providing a free hands-on session where you can learn how to create some basic work tools to help yourself out.
All right. So thank you, Daryl. I believe we have come to the end of the Q&A session today. So thank you again for your sharing, insightful sharing for all of us today. And since this is our first webinar session, we will be happy to get feedbacks from all of you, and we will value your feedbacks and improve accordingly. We have the QR code where you can scan now, or the link will be dropped down in the chat shortly. Okay, thank you, Daryl, again for the great presentation. It was a pleasure to have you here today with all
Thank
your
you.
sharings and research. And I hopefully you will be able to help all our attendees today. We hope all of you have learned and enjoyed this presentation. Thank you. And with that, you can also you can contact us through our email or the phone number and the website link below, jetworkflow.com. And with that, we come to the end of the presentation. Thank you,
Thank you very
guys.
much.